All right, we were joined this afternoon by head volleyball coach Scott Swanson. And coach, you had a pair of matches in a very weird week last week, a rescheduled game for Friday against Georgia, and then welcoming in a top 15 team in Florida on Sunday. But what did you learn about the team just mentally wise going through some kind of unusual circumstances through last week?
Yeah, I thought that mentally we were expecting, to have another homestand. It was our official visit weekend where all of our incoming recruits were going to be there for a football weekend and to watch volleyball. And I think we were all of us, coaching staff included, were planning on a completely different scenario than what we got. And, Hurricane Matthew, totally out of our control, kind of forced us to switch gears. Really on Tuesday, we found out that we were going to have to go play our match at Georgia, scrambling for hotels, and it was a tough time for everybody in this area. So no real excuses, and we don't need any sympathy. I just don't think we handled the change very well mentally, and we stepped out in that first set, and I think played really well, kind of like we had played against Kentucky the weekend before. And credit to Georgia, they stepped up in the next three sets and served about as tough as I've seen anybody serve us. And again, we didn't handle that mentally very well. We didn't make good adjustments and stop the bleeding, so to speak. And they just got us in a funk. So it was a very disappointing loss because we knew that had we played close to our best, that it would have been a different outcome. And then to come home and play a Florida team that had a whole week of rest, basically. They rolled in and kind of rolled over us. They were just a lot more physical than us, and I think we were still reeling from the Friday night surprise that we got at Georgia. So we're gonna rebound. I have a lot of faith and trust in our seniors and in the rest of our team that we're gonna come back stronger than ever and learn from those mental, miscues that we had.
And you're at the halfway point of the season, maybe a little bit past it now, and when you get into SEC play, you kind of are what you are, and the teams that you face are what they are as far as the scouting reports go and key players to look out for and strategy. As a coaching staff, has there been anything you've tried to tweak as far as just giving a new look and kind of injecting something different into the lineup? I know on Sunday it was a different starting lineup, but is that something you, as a coaching staff, are going to try and do a little bit more to kind of keep the team on their toes?
Yeah, I think we have to be flexible. We have a lot of good moving parts on our team, and we have a lot of options that we can run because of our depth and having two good setters and all of those things. I think the main thing we're focused on right now is what lineup can we have out there that's going to give us the most stable ball control, because if we can pass the ball well, I feel like our setters do a really good job distributing the ball and making it very hittable. Our hitters, when they get good sets, are hitting at a high percentage, and we're sighting out well. We have a big block in most rotations where we can pretty much match up with most teams in our league and hold our own. And so for us, it really starts with that first contact in serve-receive. And we're going to iron that out this week, and we're going to be better at it. And that's really the plan. And especially, going on the road, we have to be better at it. That's for sure. Going to play at A&M this Friday is going to be another big challenge. They're a very good team, but I think we just have to play really just loose and relaxed and go out there and play like we know how.
And in this first month or so of the season, you faced those top four teams, the Floridas, the Missouris, the A&Ms, the Kentuckys. I think just looking at the schedule in the preseason, you even knew it was going to be tough. But what was kind of the message for this first month as far as, just managing expectations, playing loose, like you said, and kind of just taking on the challenge?
Well, we talked about it a little bit on Sunday after that Florida loss, and it's about staying mentally and emotionally confident enough to win the ones we can win, and to play our best and give it our best shot in the really challenging matches where we might be on the road and overmatched physically. I think that, I'm usually pretty happy when we play a team like Kentucky the way we did. We gave ourselves a chance to win that match. I was disappointed that we didn't win it, actually. But when you go back and you look at it, some of the things that we were doing, we haven't done that before in my 6 years. We're matching up better. We're getting other teams in trouble, whereas we used to not be able to do that. And so I see a lot of improvement, not only just through recruiting and better talent and everything, but just how the kids are coming along and developing. And so, it's a really tough league, and we still have a lot of freshmen out on the court. We also have some seniors, but we're not the most experienced team in certain rotations. And so sometimes I'm really, really happy with the way we're playing. And I think if we keep the right mindset, no matter who we're matched up against, and we're just giving it our best shot and not worrying about what happened the play before, we stay mentally tough, good things will happen for us. We have a lot of opportunities left still, and I'm looking forward to those.
And you rely a lot on freshmen, like you mentioned. You have three in the starting lineup, sort of with Courtney Kaler coming in as a second setter, and Alicia Starr and Michaela Shields. Just speaking specifically on the freshmen, how have you seen them adjust to kind of the uptick in physicality and the different blocks and looks that they get? Especially Michaela, I know she had some issues against such a big block from Florida, but how have they kind of made that adjustment, still being young players, to this kind of level of competition?
I think they're getting better and better. I think Florida is kind of an outlier just because hardly anyone in the country has a block like that. And, they know that we're going to set Michaela quite often. And, when you have kids that are 6'8", 6'5", and 6'4", and jumping as high as they do, I don't know anybody in the country that's scoring against that block. So it's a great learning moment for her. She's got to try to hit different shots against athletes like that and a size that a block that big. It was a tough match against Florida for all of our hitters, but I think things get a lot more manageable with the rest of the teams that we play. As far as and it goes back again to if we can pass better, we won't see that double block as much. We'll get splits and we'll be able to score. So passers have to step up and make sure that our setters are able to deliver a better tempo ball that doesn't allow those middle blockers to close on us as quickly, and then we can squeeze some balls in those seams and score.
And looking ahead to this weekend, obviously a very long road trip to go from College Station to Baton Rouge between Friday and Sunday. Just looking at Friday alone with Texas A&M, they bring back so many all-SEC performers. They have their SEC Player of the Year in April, et cetera, and obviously with Babers and a couple other new faces that have kind of come into the fold. Kind of what is your plan of attack? You've played them very tough the last few years, but kind of what is the key going into this Friday?
I think the key is to go in there with nothing to lose. I think we need to stop worrying about the outcome and be a lot more focused on the process of trying to do our best on every contact and staying relaxed while we do that. And at the same time, I think we have to have a mentality where we're not afraid to go after them. We might make a few errors because we're trying to serve really tough, but that's going to be the key to neutralize a really good setter in April and some really good middles like they have coming at us. If we can get them setting a high ball to their pin hitters and get our athletes in the right position to slow them down, then I think we match up pretty well athletically. But it's going to take some smart and aggressive serving and some smart swings to get them out of system so that can happen for us defensively.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.